Hey everybody, Duke Keith here from the Don Haskins Center. And if you had been here at all this Conference USA season, especially to watch UTEP play, you kind of thought this might happen. UTEP against Central Florida did something they had not done against any prior Conference USA opponent: lose. In front of a big crowd on President's Day. A very, very good crowd, as a matter of fact, of over 9,000 here at the Don Haskins Center. UTEP did not come up with a second-half effort that they had usually mustered against other CUSA competition to erase halftime deficits. Miners usually down, Miners usually come back. Against Central Florida, that did not happen. Had a lot to do with the Golden Knights. To the game, and a crowd of over 9,800 plus on hand at the Don to celebrate George and Abe's birthday. Big President's Day crowd, and the Miners certainly hoping it's not their only morning start of the season. This game originally delayed, of course, by the weather. The next morning start would be the Conference USA Championship game here in a couple of weeks. A lot of bankers and federal workers on hand, but the crowd grew as the game wore on, so a lot of people just came out for their lunch breaks. Central Florida coach Donnie Jones' word was very unhappy with the original delay due to the weather, but not unhappy here, and he'd get even happier, especially when his team performing just the way he draws things up. Big pick on Julian Stone, gets hung up on the wing. MJ for three! Marcus Jordan, that is. Good for three. This time, left wing side. Stone hung up again. Jordan, the drive, the dish. AJ Tyler for three. Good. And this time, Julian Stone just off the play. Marcus Jordan wide open to line up the three. Party at Aria, everybody. But it wasn't just Stone. Randy Culpepper feeling the steal, getting some of that sneaker sticking on his fingertips. Isaiah Sykes, you're mine. Whoops. Sykes, the dish to AJ Ramsa for three. It's kind of like that for UTEP. And here again, Julian Stone, Randy Culpepper getting caught a little bit. Down low to Keith Clanton. Clanton sees the back door open as Stone comes to help. Culpepper tries to cover, but that leaves the front door open for Ramsa. Again for three. And it was the Miners playing like they were just getting back from a big party weekend in Vegas. But most of them are seniors, which means they're legal and they ought to know better. It wasn't any better for UTEP offensively. John Bohannon missing the bunny. I remember former Miner Paul Cunningham talking about making those bunny shots. Now the Miners were playing the bunny hop. Bunny hop off the rim. Nice steal from Gabe McCulley. Goes for naught as Julian Stone misses the layup. In low again. Great feed low. Nothing for Bohannon. Bunny hop. Doing the hokey pokey in a feed from Christian Polk. Julian Stone puts his right hand in and shakes it all about. To no avail. Returning the favor to Gabe McCulley. Chicken dance. And if Tim Floyd could have cha-cha slid his Miners right off the floor, I think he would have done it. Floyd beside himself, lambasting the Miners on the sidelines. And don't try to tell a Don Haskins disciple it has anything to do with missed offensive opportunities. We tried at bringing up those short misses, but inevitably for Tim Floyd, it's about the D.
We looked at this shot charts at halftime, and first of all, you got to guard the 3-point line. And really, I've always said if you can't guard the 3-point line, you can't guard. I mean, that's just the easiest thing in the world. You get up underneath a guy and go guard it. We didn't do that. But we had 8 point-blank misses at the rim in the first half, just right at the rim. That being said, we still gave up 66% in the first half, 66%. And you're not going to beat anybody doing that. And that was the real issue for our team. Had we made those shots, been fool's gold. You're up 1 or 2, you're down 1 or 2, but you don't feel good about it.
Miner fans certainly hoping the second half would look a lot better like it usually does for UTEP, and it did to a point, but more close-in misses here for Randy Culpepper. And even though the Miners' defense held UCF under 30% from the field, the Knights had this guy named Keith Clanton. Double-double for Clanton and a putback. 15 points, a game high, 13 rebounds for the big man here, trying a three and missing, but a big offensive rebound. Back for another three. And another miss, but a big offensive rebound from Clanton. Noticing a theme here? And one for Clanton. Where's my party invite, Market? UTEP wasn't without its own highlights. Randy Culpepper, game high 25 points as he continues to break out of his slump at the right time. Floyd complimented the CUSA Player of the Year, and the senior really did a lot of work to get his team and the crowd into the flow. Here, the nice spin in the dish to Jeremy Williams. However, there was a technical foul, Gabe McCulley saying something to somebody on the UCF bench, that would rob the Miners of a lot of momentum. Culpepper tears his teammate away, but not before the refs saw it. McCulley would later foul out with just 4 points. Meanwhile, Marcus Jordan at the line, Daddy's taught him well. And Keith Clanton going back to work underneath. Here the nice feed from Ramsa. And one. And the UCF Knights took all of the oxygen out of the Don Haskins Center for only their 4th win in Conference USA, but it is a biggie. And for Tim Floyd, he gave credit where credit was due, saying that Central Florida outplayed UTEP, but certainly hoping this is a wake-up call.
You know, I think it's a credit to our league. We talked about it last week, that what if you did finish first? You know, who you gonna get in the first round? Rice, you know, Tulane, who had us down 12. Central Florida. It can be a great awakening for this basketball team that you don't just show up at home, rely on the crowd, expect that to get you over the top. You know, we were down 12 to SMU at home here, a team that had won 5 in a row. We were down to Tulane 10. We were down to Tulsa 10. There's no easy nights, and I thought they outplayed us.
And so the Miners have to rebound quickly against East Carolina on Wednesday on the road. It is a critical test, but today was a critical test too, and the Miners failed it. UTEP is 0-3 against Conference USA's Eastern Division, losing on the road at Southern Miss, losing on the road at UAB, losing at home here versus Central Florida, which was nationally ranked earlier this season. It won't help UTEP's RPI at all. What is good for UTEP? There's still time left, and as you can see, plenty of daylight. From the Don Haskins Center, I'm Duke Keith. That will do.